Hand shave time. Yes, I'm using the FootLogix callus softener again. It is awesome. And I had a conversation with the lead podologist. I called her podiatrist in my last video, and I'm sorry about that. The lead podologist at FootLogix, and she had so much more incredible information for me about how the urea works, the way it absorbs with their formula versus other formulas, why it's better than the creams, which I always hate, and also how to use their foot soak and their hydrating mousse, which is kind of like a lotion, but it's not. So I have more videos to make about that because I am so excited to be working with them. I'm not like partnering with them. This is not branded content. Their podologist is just really interested in trying to see if she can help me understand more deeply the chemistry and biology behind everything that they're doing. And it's just really, really cool. So I will tell you more about that later. But on to the other questions. When it comes to gardening, I am wearing gloves. This was a big concern on my last video with those blisters. But if any of you have been here a while, you know that my hands stain really bad anytime they touch any sort of dust and dirt, especially if they're already oily from being lotioned, which is basically all the time. So anytime I'm outside, I have lots of different types of work gloves and garden gloves of different thicknesses for different tasks, and I am always wearing gloves. That is not going to prevent the blisters from happening on my fingertips. It just comes down to the fortitude of the skin versus the pressure it's under. So I basically never use my ring finger and my pinky finger. So if I'm using them at all, it's like way more work than they're used to enduring. And that's why I don't get the blisters as much on my first two fingers as I do on the back two fingers, because they're just not used to that type of work. And it doesn't matter if I'm wearing gloves or not. Unfortunately, grip strength pressure versus the strength of the skin to cling to itself is no match. So just using my hands at all, especially those back fingers, which I barely ever use, I'm going to get those blisters. But fortunately, they don't hurt. So, okay, the next big question is, can we see your gardens? And the answer is, I really think that I should keep these pages separate. I have a page for my gardening. It's fruit and sunlight with periods in between each. I'll link it here. I'll link it in the comments. I have it linked on the last video where I talked about all the gardening I'm doing. It's more than just a garden though. I have a garden that's 25 by 25 feet. I have an orchard that's 5,000 square feet. And I'm in the process of constructing a garden, vineyard, orchard combo that's 100 by 100 feet, as well as constructing a chicken coop. And I just feel like the people who are here for the skin shaving, peeling content are not necessarily here for my personal life and my homesteading content. So I have a separate page for that. It's like my original page where I actually follow the accounts that I want to follow. And it was what I had before I started ParmesanPalms. So anyway, if you would like to see what's up with me in that part of my life, I think that's where I'm going to be posting it. Maybe occasionally I will share little tidbits of it here just to give you perspective on what I'm doing. But on the whole, I feel like it's two very different topics, and I don't know if I want to combine them. So this shave went really well. It was a bit tedious around my fingertips because I had just done fingertip maintenance a couple days before. And I think in the future, I'm not going to spray the FootLogix spray before I do my fingertips. So if they're really thin, I'm going to do my fingertips first and then spray and then shave the rest. And by the way, this is how much skin comes off two hands.